Yeah, where rice cooking
Cooking in
in.
the microwave.
Yeah. And Travis, I think Travis Tritt was probably one of, if he's still not,
Mm,
the best voices in country music. Do you like country
I
music?
love country music.
Do
Yeah.
you? Who's your favorite
Yeah.
country?
Favorite country.
Ooh, hard
It
questions.
is. I love Randy Travis.
Yep,
Classic.
yep,
Classic
yep.
country.
That's probably one of his favorites is the one he did with Carrie Underwood. He ended up doing a duet with Carrie Underwood
Oh
eventually. I
man,
forget the name of it. Since we're
I
talking about it,
can't.
I just forget.
Yeah, I can't remember that one.
You know that they come out with he's got a new CD out, new
Really
album out, and it's
interesting.
all AI. So they took all this AI, whatever, and put
Really,
it together. And somebody was talking in the shop the other day, and they were like, dude, it's freaking awesome.
that's awesome.
So I don't know. Are we recording yet?
Yeah, we're just recording, hanging out.
Sweet. What's up, yo?
Hey, welcome.
Hey, I'm Matt, and
This is Ethan over here.
that's Ethan over there.
Yeah.
And we're just here drinking coffee and talking about country music, I guess, because that's what we do.
We're talking about country music, and we think it was going to segue into the difference between a barber and a hairstylist, because that's something we've been talking about recently. Because there's a lot of guys that will ask us, like, of course, if we're barbers, and yes, we're barbers by proxy, but originally we're hairstylists.
Correct. We both actually went to the same school.
Went to the same school. We went down the road. We'll redact that information, but
That's why we are the way we are.
exactly. Absolutely. So we're both hairstylists. So we were talking about the differences the other day of like what's the perks of being a hairstylist and what's some of the downfalls of not being a barber. So
Good questions.
I'll have you throw that up first.
Wow, the perks of being a hairstylist versus a barber. Well, I was trained with long hair and color, and trained not on fades, but how to make shapes out of these things. Long hairs, long layers, and stuff like that. And so I think it translates well for us after it goes past the parietal ridge, on top. For those of you that this is the parietal ridge, and this is this is where you cut. Anyway, it's just I don't know. It's like that's as I've been doing it longer, I've learned that little bit of parietal ridge really is what separates hairstylists and barbers with a haircut. Now both can learn either way. Like we've learned the fade. Barbers can learn the other.
Learning how to use around there. Because I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay,
no, I don't even know what I'm saying.
Well, when it comes to the parietal ridge, I mean, it's just right where the flat of your head starts to curve up to the top of your head. And if you've ever gotten a haircut where this area starts to stick out a ton, right in this little curvature and everything, it's usually because your stylist, for one, doesn't listen to you of how you style your hair or doesn't know how your hair grows or isn't educated in that area. One of the things that we really pride ourselves in is being educated on how the head and the skull moves and how it's all set up. So when it comes to that little curvature there, we cut it differently. In hairstylists, we learn skull structure and everything. I think barbers learn the same thing, but just from what I've seen, a lot of barbers create great fades, but don't know structure very well. That's just what I've seen. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think that's coming out of school.
Yeah, coming out of school.
And coming out of school, it's hard to be good at anything.
Oh
right?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
but they definitely seem to spend time there and on the razor. Where in cosmetology school, hair school, we spent time on color.
Yep. Color,
other
cosmetics,
other things that we don't do anymore.
Exactly.
But for us, being hairstylists, we had to go and seek out barber knowledge, because they don't teach. No one wants to go to hair school to get a fade. Do you? No.
Most of my guys that would come in when I was in school were scared to death about getting a haircut because I mean they are, for one, coming into a school, and then also a lot of the stylists were afraid of men's cuts in general. So when you have the stylist being afraid and the client being afraid, you end up walking out looking like an off-brand Peaky Blinders character.
That's true. The off-brand, it's like
Stinky Blinders.
Ooh, it's bad. Stinky Blinders. I've seen some of those. I've been a part of some of those. I've done some of those.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. By the way, this is the little tidbit of information. If you're watching and you're new to the barbering or cosmetology world, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while for you to get good, embrace the suck, Try to not mess up too many people's hair really bad right off the bat. But it does take a while. Whether you're a barber or cosmetologist, getting good at your craft, you got to get the reps in. You got to make mistakes. You got to see your mistakes. All those kinds of things. But I mean, going back to the difference in a barber and a cosmetologist, one of the things that we're not trained in is the razor.
Yeah, we aren't trained in the razor, so we use a foil shaver. It's basically, it does the same thing, but it doesn't get as close to the skin. It gets pretty close to the skin. So we're still able to get those bald fades and everything. But when it comes down to that classic barber shave that you see in all the old paintings and everything that makes a barber, we're not trained on that. So
that's right. But it is now an option for us to do if we take on extra training.
Absolutely.
So that's the plan. We're gonna do extra training, and we're gonna do eventually we're gonna do like head shaves, all the things.
Absolutely. Our goal is to be able to do all those classic head shaves. Absolutely. Because I mean, it goes back to like what we were talking about. We were talking about this in the shop of what a guy needs. I mean, and every day a lot of guys, we've been trained through our culture to realize, like, to accept that really quick fast food culture. You go in, you get your stuff fast, you go out the door. Whereas not a lot of guys desire that high quality service. They want to come in and they need to relax. And sometimes that head shave, just the hot towel treatment, is what relaxes them up for sure.
Yep, I agree with you. Something else that separates us is that we work with almost different tools now. We work with the same tools, but we work with different tools mainly. Like I work with clippers and trimmers mainly, and I work with scissors a lot, but or shears, whatever you want to say is the technical term for it. It's shears. I get it. I know. I still call them scissors sometimes. But we do work with shears and all the things. But mainly my tools that I work with now are clippers and trimmers. That's how I create most of my products.
Absolutely.
And so that's something you have to learn outside of school. All this is just stuff that we've learned outside of school. There's plenty of YouTube channels. There's lots of stuff to learn, but you can't watch it and think that you know it. You've got to practice it. You've got to do this. You've got to mess up. You've got to practice it. Muscle memory is number one. I can tell you all day how to cut a head of hair, but until you do it a lot, all these things, you're not going to get there. So, like I said, embrace the suck.
Exactly.
It's okay.
I heard a long time ago when I was actually in school and I was going to the barbershop I was down in Ringgold, Georgia. And it was Harley Stringer.
What's up, Harley?
What's up, Harley? Cuts and Glory. If you guys are down in the Ringgold area, definitely give them a holler. Sierra and Harley, and I think Luis.
That's a fantastic shop.
Dude, it's so cool. It's such a cool spot. And it's like kind of tucked away too. You wouldn't expect it in Ringgold. But he told me, I was sitting there getting my hair cut, and I was like, yeah, I'm afraid with some of this stuff. And he goes, well, you're going to suck for a long time.
He's right.
Yeah, he's right. He goes, when you enter the barbershop, you're going to suck terribly. You're just going to suck less and less as you go on. And I thought it is the best piece of advice, because if you already walk into it being like, just that 1%, wanting to be that 1% better every single day. It's like, think of the thousands of hairs that are on a head. If you can learn how to bald out and like make a fade blurry in one section, that's a 1% increase, sometimes even a 10% increase, because making that fade blurry is extremely difficult. But learning how to embrace the suck, like you said, embrace the suck. That's
right. But here's things that you don't have to do right now. Here's things that you can do to make your life at the barbershop or at the salon better. You can show up to work on time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You could have a clean station. You could be prepared. You could have a good consult. Like, there's all kinds of things that you can do at the shop while you're sucking. Like, raise your standard. Don't just go and sit there and wait on people to show up, because they probably won't. You have to go out and
you got to meet people. You got to be uncomfortable.
All those things. You got to be right out of school is the most uncomfortable time you'll probably be, because it feels like, like in school they tell you, hey, you can make X amount,
like
$120,000
a year. You're gonna be like the best stylist. Some stylists charge like $200, $300 for these services. Right. And then you get out of school, and then you have this, like, your head's so big, and you have your first client, and you bald it up so much it looks like they just have a yarmulke on the top of their head. Like you think you're gonna be the greatest thing on the other, but you end up getting humbled very, very quickly. Be it by spinning around in your chair for 8 hours at a time, or
sometimes it does. That initial almost a couple of years sometimes. It
Mm.
just, oh my gosh, it just is so bad. But you know what? You hang in there, you get good at your craft, and then eventually things will go good for you.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, we're in the people business. You're in the people business. Like
That's
you're
right.
meeting people every single day. So if you are working on your speech, being eloquent, like being clear in your speech, your communication with your client, if you're learning that professionalism early on, then that's going to set you so much apart by every other barber that doesn't want to socialize with their client. I mean, there's a lot of barbers, like we were talking about this one barbershop that he had his earbud in the entire time, and he cuts your hair, doesn't talk to you, and then when you leave, you kind of give a fist bump, and then you head out. But there's no human connection there. We're in the people business. At the end of the day, what keeps a client coming back is the care that you're going to provide for them, both in like caring about what's going on in their life. And because, I mean, one of the most difficult things for me going into the hair world is coming into the day being like, I'm going to be there for every single one of my clients. And it's about them today. It's not about what I'm going through, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like so difficult because it's like I've had some terrible days mentally, but also you don't know what the story of the person coming to sit in your chair is, you know?
Yeah, and to tag with that, something that we don't talk about a lot in the hair world is what we take home with us.
Yeah, that is true because you take on every problem, everything back home. Because there's so many times where somebody will share something to me, and I'll come back home and you think about that. You're brushing your teeth. Well, I wonder how Billy Bob is doing today.
Yeah.
Man, I hope his wife is okay. I hope his son's doing this, and I'm just brushing my teeth, or I'm in bed and I'm like, man, well, he told me he had a really important meeting tomorrow. And it's just like, it's what plays in your head. I mean, like we're in the people business, building relationships. I mean, we're not just like piles of flesh. We're like connecting to people, you know? So it's just, yeah.
It's so true. I mean, it's like I've been doing this a while now, and at first I didn't really. I just was working on my craft, you know, working on trying to work through, getting better at cutting, and then you get better at cutting, and people start coming to you, and then they start coming to you regularly.
Yeah.
And then that's when you build that clientele, and then it's then really where those relationships, you're not just seeing them one off, you know, just one and gone. So you may think of a story from the one and off guy every now and then.
Yeah.
But those relationships that you build with those people over, you know, you cut them every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever. You see these people. Sometimes they're the most consistent people. You know, that meeting that's sometimes in your life or in their life. That's the meeting that they have, and you're just kind of the person that they talk to, and so. Of course, you got to get good at your skills, but once you're able to do that, and then you're able to kind of just second nature cut, you're able to be with a person. Sometimes they don't want to talk at all. Sometimes they need to talk a lot, and sometimes, you know, it's just an easy banter. But those people really become part of us, and they become part of our talk at home. They become part of our family, part of our dinner table, and that's something that I don't think the school prepares you for that.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, the entire time at school, we never had a conversation about like how we treat clients. I mean, it's how we treated them. Of course, it's like be a professional and do a good job, but it's like we're almost unlicensed therapists, like to some extent, because it's like there's a lot of guys that I have in my chair that just move here, and they don't have anybody here, and so like you said, the consistency of just you are that guy that they come to every 2 weeks, and you're that kind of normalcy or like the normal life that's in their routine. So I mean, in school, it's like we had a lot of conversation of what do you do with a difficult client, but you don't really have a conversation of like, what if somebody's going through like a really, really hard time, like very difficult time? Like, what do you do? What do you do then? I mean,
I think as a young stylist, you absorb it. You just let it happen and absorb and know that sometimes you just got to they just got to get it off their chest. Absolutely. And as a seasoned one, sometimes I got to know just to absorb it and just let it happen.
Yeah.
That's oftentimes as guys, we want to fix things, help somebody out.
It's extremely difficult.
It's extremely difficult just to sit there and listen because lots of times that's all they need.
Yeah.
But they'll come back next week and give you a report, and then you get invested into these people. And it's not just some kind of drama. Let me know the drama. That's not it.
No.
It's like this is relationships that you build with people over time. You're touching them. You're breaking barriers.
You're breaking barriers.
And so when you do that, like all those emotions happen within inside of a barbershop for sure. And so, to go back to what's the difference in a barber and a hairstylist, not much.
Yeah, there's not much difference. I think fundamentally it's just the razor. But I mean, I think that it's like saying what's the difference between a pencil artist and an ink artist, like really, because it's like that's what it boils down to, kind of, because it's the same. It's hair in general. I mean, people originally the difference was like women's hair and men's hair, like that was originally, but now you're seeing that crack open. I mean, you have females that have a little bit more masculine cuts, shorter cuts, and then you have men with long hair and different layers. It's like, it's hair. At the end of the day, it's hair. And it's just, I think that fundamentally it's just down to that straight razor. But I mean, focusing on the people, that's another thing.
That's just it.
Just focusing on people, learning how to listen. I mean, because I can't tell you how many people it's like, hey, I broke up with my girlfriend. Hey, me and this girl are together. Hey, I got engaged this week. Hey, I have this huge job interview that's going on. Hey, my mom just passed away. Hey, this happened. And it's just like, there's a lot of heavy. Like, this world sucks, but it's great, but it sucks. But sometimes you need that person to talk to. And that's one of the things that separates a good stylist and a bad stylist. Because you can be like great at your craft, but not know how to connect with people at all. And I think that sets you apart from like, there's been people where I'm like, how do you have a hair business? But they're the kindest, just most caring people on the planet. And you're like, I will sit down and like, maybe it's not the cut that is the most fabulous, but I feel cared for here.
That's it.
And it's boiling down to caring about people and learning the craft, of course, because you want to, because you care about people and because that's at your core, then what's going to overflow from that is being able to do a good job. Because if you care about somebody, you don't want to mess them up, So, I mean, having that at your core and just loving on people, I don't know.
Dude, that's it. That's. I mean, the craft comes, with stuff, but you got to have that.
It's your why.
That mentality to be successful in this business. Period.
So you got to have your why, because I mean, if your motivation is just money, I mean, you can make money in this industry, but I mean, is that what's going to be absolutely fulfilling?
Yeah, you can make money in this industry. You sure can. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of backbreaking work. It's a lot of a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Sleepless nights. A lot of
it's a lot. Hours. It's a lot of extra. Your extra knowledge.
Chiropractors appointments.
Oh my gosh, the chiropractor, massage therapy, all the things.
Surgery, all that stuff.
Yeah. You can make a good deal of money in this, but it's never going to fulfill you, because this is one of those jobs that just hurts to do sometimes, and so it's never going to fulfill you unless you're wired like that, like you were talking about. It's like it's got to be. Yeah, you know what? We make money and we're able to eat.
Yeah,
we are. It's a fun job. Is it a job? Not really. Kind of. Not really.
Sometimes.
I mean, it is. People call it not really having a real job, but I pay my real bills with it. You know? And so it's a good fun job. It's a people job, and that's what I like. I just like hanging out and cut people's hair. Whatever, have a good day, and then just being that consistent little barbershop. I mean,
absolutely, because sometimes people just want to laugh. People just want to listen to some cool music, get a haircut, and like, I mean, it's
just have a moment of cutting, even if they don't cut off their phone.
Yeah,
they can just cut off everything else. Like once they come in our shop, it's like the door shuts. It's like, I'm just here in this spot. We're just here until we're done.
A second home, almost like a miniature getaway,
Yeah, somebody told me a while back about our shop, Chapel Barber. He said, this is not somewhere I'd bring my girlfriend to. Yeah. But it's somewhere I'll bring my wife to. Yeah. Or not necessarily. The difference. It's not a first date kind of thing, but this is once we get comfortable with each other kind of thing.
Absolutely.
For sure. Like our shop it's not flashy, but it feels good.
Exactly. It's very homey. It's warm.
Right. And you're just getting a haircut.
Exactly.
Come on.
100%.
Come on. We don't have to have fire and axes and smoke and flames. You're just getting a haircut.
Yeah.
And we're just taking care of you. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like the barber industry recently has just gotten kind of bogged down by all the gimmicks and like all this stuff and being flashy and everything, and just kind of moved away from that fundamental. You're just getting a haircut. I mean, my dad, he was telling me there used to be this barber shop in Lookout Valley, Tennessee, that he went to because he grew up down there. And he said that it was a son and a father that ran this barber shop. And he said that he would, it was like it was just this long hallway, and it had like 3 chairs and this long cushion bench down one side. Every wall was covered in some picture or memorabilia of something of Lookout Valley, and you would come in, people would just be sitting out there, huge windows, just hanging out. I mean, it was the place to be. And then like they ran it for a long time, to a point that he took me to that barber shop, and the barber that cut my hair, I mean, he was rolling his oxygen tank with him. He like had his oxygen tank right next to him. He had everything set up, but he was still cutting hair, because at the end of the day, like you said, it's a people business. I mean, you're in it. It's a legacy. I mean, you're here. You're going to make money. You're going to do that thing, but it's like you are a vital part of the community there. I mean, that's what I think. That's another thing that makes barbers and hairstylists different, but that's merging, and it's a good thing. You're having like people are learning different techniques in their craft, but it's merging back to people, I think, have that desire for connection and that desire for that. Saturday morning, son and dad come and sit in that shop. Old Bill smoking a cigarette outside, and you're drinking a cup of coffee. You're talking about the baseball game that's happening, the football game that's going on, and
it's like that consistent part of the weekend, or that on Saturday mornings, what's going to be going on there.
Exactly.
We can go over there. You can get some breakfast and go over there. Yeah, let's do it. It's comfortable.
100%.
It like calms your nervous system. It like just makes it comfortable.
Absolutely.
And that's
I think that's one of the things we were talking about, of the value of what we wanted at Chapel Barber. It's like we want to reinstill that a vision of like everybody connecting, like having that the couch is set up. And I think there's been glimpses I've seen of that recently. Like we had this one Saturday where everybody just kind of packed in, and we're all just kind of laughing around with our clients. And since we're all so like close in proximity, if Angel's talking about something with her client, they're laughing. I'll make a comment and they're laughing, and then you'll make a comment and they're like, we're all just hanging out together. And it's that camaraderie. And then the client not only is like, I got a good haircut, but like, man, I'm here with my buddies today. Like, like it's like, I don't know Charlie that works down at the car dealership and I work over at Publix or whatever, but it's like you're connecting people that normally wouldn't connect, in all different types of walks of life and different age brackets and different financial brackets. And it's just, I don't know. On the grand scheme of things, it's a people business. Like
it's a pretty cool thing, isn't it?
It's super cool.
To hear you talk about
awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like you are almost like the chain link that's getting everybody together. 100%.
You're just like a bridge, or like the community hub. Is what you become with a barbershop like that. And when you're not just trying to push people out, and you're really trying to hold people in.
Exactly.
We're in Chattanooga. Come on, this is a great little city, and it's tons of good. This is like home. This is home to me. I've been here forever, and so I'm going to create my home and my business.
Exactly.
I think that's what barbers should do around the board. Just a people business, man.
Yeah, people business. So I mean, like tying it all back together. Difference between hairstylist, just the razor. I mean, we know how to do nails, but are we going to do nails?
I don't know how to do nails. I'm not going to lie.
I went through the entirety of hair school, because I mean, in cosmetology school, you learn everything from makeup to nails to cosmetics to massages and all that stuff. And
I missed a couple of chapters. I did. I was just going there for the men's haircuts.
Yeah, that's like I went there and
they didn't teach me.
Exactly.
Like, I learned long hair.
I know how to wax, but I mean, no, thank you. So, give me a pair of clippers and I'll go back to school for some razor work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and just be like, how are you doing today? 1, 2, 3.
Right? Hey, isn't it nice? You're talking about Saturday mornings at the shop. Isn't it nice whenever we're all three cutting and our clippers sync?
Oh, that tickles my brain whenever we all turn the trimmers on, and it's like this weird harmony of trimmers.
Yeah.
And now, usually, because mine's a little quieter, I need to get a new trimmer, but mine's a little quieter, and then yours is a little louder, and then Angel's is almost invisible, like when she turns hers on. But like the fact of all of them syncing up together, it's
like music.
It's like music, especially when it's like quiet and we have that, and just the sound of the scissors hitting the dry or wet hair, and I don't know, there's something about it that you really have to want to be in this industry fundamentally, because it's like, if you don't like little things, like you don't find joy in the trimmers harmonizing, like,
Right.
if you come in and like, because at the end of the day, it's I don't have to have a full book at the end of the day to be happy and fulfilled by my day.
That's right.
Because it's like, I get to, at the end of the day, I get to meet all different kind of people, whether it's in your chair or Angel's chair or next door at Chattanooga Hair, and I get to see people, and we're creating stuff, and we're building relationships. And
that's what it is. You know, the hair world itself is such a big umbrella.
mm-hmm.
It really is. And it's like, just to sit around and cut all day,
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, it's what, you know, it's the way we make our money, but it is so hard on your back over time. And so find different avenues within the hair world, if you love it,
mm-hmm.
to explore and go out and just explore it, because there's all kinds of things to do.
Good. From like repping products and everything. And
yeah, he's already repping products.
I'm working on it. Repping products and doing all that stuff. But
there's all kinds of things to do. So get out there, enjoy it. I mean, I love doing this job.
Yeah,
I can't see myself doing anything else other than maybe a car salesman.
Oh yeah,
kidding, not really. Well, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm good. You guys have a great day. I'll see you soon.
Absolutely. I'll see you later. Cool.